honor gate since the famous Dempsey Sonny long count battle in Chicago 8 years before. Everyone's stunned by the fury of Lewis's attack.
What's happening, my people? It's Cast Sports again, back for another afternoon with the family. Now, as usual, before I get started, let me give a shout out to the JBT community. It's just boxing talk. We're a group of people who just love to talk boxing. And we're always looking for others to join us. And you don't have to have a podcast. The only requirement is you just have to love to talk boxing. That's all. Miss Cass, hashtag JBT. Mike Mazik, my favorite sister-in-law, Terry Akers, in the building. Salute to everyone, and welcome to another episode of Cast Sports, the Box Historian. Today, women in boxing. And you know what time it is. If it's Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., it's the Box Historian bringing you all that boxing history. Boxing is the greatest sport of them all. That's why we love it. Can't get enough of it. How is everyone today? This is the Tuesday afternoon edition of Cast Sports, the Box Historian. Yes, my favorite sister-in-law, Terry Akers in the building. She picked a good day. Women in boxing. Yeah, because we always ranking the men in different categories and all that. So, every now and then I like to take out a show on the women because they put it on the line for our entertainment too. So today we are going to look at some significant moments that's happened over the years in women's boxing. And we're going to look at the top 12 women's boxers of the 21st century. Women's boxing right now is as popular as it's ever been at any point in the history of boxing. Okay, so that's what we're doing today. But how is everybody today? Appreciate everybody that's in the building. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be about boxing stances, Southpaw versus Orthodox. And then I got some of the top Southpaws of all time we're going to talk about tomorrow. Remember yesterday, I couldn't remember what tomorrow was. It's going to be on boxing stances, and we're going to focus on some of the top Southpaws in the sport. And then Thursday, of course, is the Boxing in the State series continues with Massachusetts. Little history of boxing in Massachusetts and some other significant events that happened concerning boxing in the state. And some boxers from Massachusetts. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, remember? Yeah, Massachusetts. Probably the biggest name to come out of there. We're going to talk about him Thursday. And then we're going to end up this week of Boxing History Friday with the profile as usual. This week, the life and career of Felix Tito Trinidad. Felix Tito Trinidad, okay? Yeah, they must have liked that show yesterday. Got quite a few views on it. I don't understand, when people watch the replay, they don't hit the like button, though. Because, got almost 200 views more than I had when the show ended, but the same amount of likes. Is the like button still there on the replay? I thought it was, but hey, I appreciate the views. Okay. But this is Cass Sports, the Box Historian, part of that Fire JBT network. Women in boxing today. Okay. I got 12 of the top women's boxers from this century, like Layla Ali, Christy Martin, some of the retired boxers. And then we got, of course, the GOAT, Katie Taylor, Amanda Serrano. We're going to be touching on all of them today. Cecilia Brækhus. Cecilia was the first woman to be undisputed in the four-belt era. Yep, not the GOAT, Cecilia Brækhus. Now, the GOAT was the first woman to do it in two different weight divisions, but Cecilia was the first woman to be undisputed in the four-belt era. She came right behind. She was the third person overall, right behind B-Hop and Jermaine Taylor. And Cecilia, and she's still fighting. She fought about a month or so ago. Yeah, Cecilia is still in there. Yep. And yeah, we got who else we got today? We got Regina Hamage, Jackie Nava, Lucia Richker. You can tell women's boxing is at its most popular point because, I'm naming the 12 most popular women of this century. About 5 years ago, I couldn't even name 12 women boxers, So I can name like 40 or 50 right off the top of my head now. But 5 years ago, I couldn't name 10 women's boxers. So it's good that the sport is getting popular and women are getting their due. And Jake Paul has been good for women's boxing. The women under his promotion are getting paid better. And he's getting them 12 rounds, 3 minutes. Yep. So that's a good thing. More of those women should go over there and join Jake. That's why Amanda Serrano is no longer undisputed, because she was undisputed, but the WBC didn't want to give her 12 rounds in 3 minutes, so she dropped the belt. And the other three, she's been sanctioning 12 rounds, 3 minutes. I don't understand why. I don't know why. Is it for safety? You can get hurt just as fast in 10 rounds in 2 minutes as you can 12 rounds in 3 minutes. And then that 2 minutes just go by so fast. You don't have that middle minute. You get through that first minute, You know, that last minute is always all downhill in the round, and you get through 1 minute and then it's all downhill. The last minute is there. Whereas with the men, the 3 minutes, you get that first minute and you get that middle minute to do your thing, and then you get 1 more minute. But the women, it just goes by so fast. You're watching a women's fight and the round starts, before you know it, it's like 30 seconds left. So they really need to make that universal. Give the women 3 minutes, please, and 12 rounds, just like the men. Jarrell Hattie in the building. What's up, Jarrell? How are you today? And Technique. Salute to Jarrell Hattie and Technique in the building today. Technique says Katie Taylor. She's up there, Technique. Yes. Definitely top 5 for me. Top 2 or 3. I ain't mad for anybody that calls her the best, neither, because Katie is a great female boxer. She was one of the first women to win gold in the Olympics when they let women in the Olympics in 2012. Now, they had them as a demonstration, the men and women in 1904 Olympics. They put men and women's boxing in as like a demonstration sport, but they kept the men. The men been in every one since 2004, every Olympics. But the women didn't get in regular until 100 years later, over 100 years later in 2012. Yeah. Katie was one of the first women to win gold in the Olympics. Yeah. A good point, Technique. Katie is up there, man. You know, make a very good argument for her being the best women's boxer of all time. She's top 2 or 3 for me. We're going to cover her today. And Ken Saul Love 1 is back in the building. Good to see you again, Ken Saul Love 1. Appreciate you. We're going to start I always start about 2:30 to get more people time to get in. But women in boxing today. Appreciate everybody rocking with me. Starting to get some new people coming by regular. Real Hattie and Technique, very knowledgeable boxing fans. Ken Saul Love 1 is back. Boxing supporters. I don't like the word fan because, that's short for fanatic. Boxing supporters. Okay. Pardon me. Yeah. And what we got this weekend, Regis and Jack Catterall, right? That is a big card. I saw like double-digit number of fights on it. Who y'all got in that one, Regis and Jack Catterall? I don't know. Regis, this is his first fight coming off of that loss to Devin Haney, remember? So I really can't call this one. Jack is coming off a win. I think his last fight was Josh Taylor 2, right? So yeah, it's over there in, I think it's in London, somewhere in the UK, yeah. I don't think Jack Catterall is from England, but he's from over in that area somewhere. Is it Ireland or somewhere over there Jack is from? But they get to home. He's close enough. If it's close, Regis might be in trouble. Jack might get a little home cooking. Technique got Jack Catterall. I'm leaning that way too, Technique. Yeah. Regis, he had a great career, but he's getting long in the tooth. And what is Regis, about 34, 33, 34, something like that. And I got Jack probably might get a decision from him. Yeah. I think Jack is a little underrated. Very good fighter. Tough man, knows how to win. He got that second fight against Josh Taylor. The first fight, I thought he won it, but he kind of took his foot off the gas and gave him the ammunition to take it away from him. But that second fight, Jack kept that pedal to the metal all the way through. And, he pulled it out. I thought he beat Josh Taylor twice. But, yeah, he got the second one. Mike Mazik got Regis. Mike got Regis. He says, Regis, I hope he comes back lively. Okay, Mike, yeah. This should be a good fight. I think it's a good matchup. Yeah. That's good matchmaking. Regis and Jack Catterall at 140. Yeah. Is it a title eliminator or something? Because who are the champions there now? I think Devin Teofimo. Subriel lost his to I forgot the guy's name. And who's the other one? Oh, Rayo. Rayo took pit bulls. So we got Rayo, Devin, Teofimo, and Liam Paro. Liam Paro took Subriel's. Everybody thought Subriel was like the boogeyman, but Subriel had no defense, and he just depended too much on his offense being his defense. And when I knew as soon as somebody could get in there and get a way around all that offense and pressure, they would beat him, and that's what Liam did, you know. Yeah, and Subriel just had one way of fighting, that pressure. And Liam figured out a way around it and took his belt from him. Mm-hmm. I knew it was going to happen sooner or later. Subriel, no defense, Matthias. And the other guy at super middleweight, the Canadian, same thing's going to happen to him. All that pressure all the time, no defense. You know what I'm talking about. As soon as he gets in there with somebody, a good top-level fighter, he's losing. Christian Mbili, he's going to be next. All that offense, this is defense. Just pressure. That don't work when you get in there against a good fighter that knows his way around that ring. The same thing that happened to Subriel will happen to Christian Mbili very soon. Mm-hmm. Yep. You got to have a little defense. Al Booker in the building. What's up, AB? Got to have some defense, man. You just can't go in there and just out-pressure somebody every fight. Mm-mm. You see what happened to Subriel? And Christian Mbili is next. Yeah. He's going to go down. I was looking for Canelo to fight him because, you know, I think Canelo would know he could beat Christian. Probably stop him. Mm-hmm. Punch right in between that pressure Christian going to be bringing and get him up out of there. A good fighter like a Canelo or a Benavidez or a Morrell or even a Caleb Plant. Caleb might not stop him, but Caleb would outbox him to a decision. Yeah, I think so. Just Do Boxing in the building. What's up, Just Do? Women in boxing today. Yeah, we got to give the women their props every now and then. Yeah. We're going to look at some significant moments in women's boxing. And I got 12 of the top women's boxers of the 21st century. In the time permitting, I got 5 of the best women's fights in history. You know, we've got Ali Frazier 4, remember? Later, Ali and Jackie Frazier was Ali Frazier 4. They fought on the 30th anniversary of the fight of the century. That was March 8th, 1971. The daughters fought March 8th, 2001. Ali won Ali Frazier 4. And then I got Cecilia Brækhus and Anna and Sophie Mathis. Of course, I got Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That was the first female fight to headline at the Garden. And Katie Taylor and Chantel Cameron, too. That was the one where they had the 2 fights last year. Wasn't that Chantel? I get her Michaela Mayer mixed. It was Chantel. Now, that had trilogy written all over, but they just left it like that, man. I can't get over that. They had 2 fights. 2 close, super close fights. Majority decisions. One judge called it a draw in each of those 2 fights. And they were each other's only loss. That had trilogy written all over it, man. And they just walked away from it. They should have had their 3rd fight, should have been each of their next fights, man. They should have settled that. 2 great fights like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got, I think it's 1. It's one of my 5 biggest female fights. Both of them really were very good fights. And yeah, I said Taylor and Serrano. That was the first female fight to headline a card at the Garden. Yeah, all good fights. Yeah, and we got some good boxing coming up too. We got the rematch between Oshaki and Conceição too. Oshaki said they don't even have to have no judges at ringside for that one because they will not be needed. Oshaki said Conceição will not see the 12th round in this one. He's not leaving up to the judges. That's my robbery of the year so far. That was Shaki Conceição. I thought that was damn near a shutout. And when they said the winner is Conceição, what? But I think that was top ranking. You never know what might happen when top ranking is involved. The Bob father been doing shenanigans for over 50 years, man. Him and Don King. Yeah. So you never know what might go on in the top rank fight. Look at George Kambosos and Maxie Hughes. Maxie Hughes, I think Kambosos won about 2 rounds, but they gave it to him because they were already planning Kambosos and Lomachenko. Now Lomachenko would have beat Maxie Hughes or Kambosos, but Maxie Hughes should have got the fight and the good Loma payday because he won the fight, but they gave it to Kambosos. Don't the Bob father know you can't plan ahead with a C-level fighter like Kambosos? Subject to be beaten anytime he steps in there against anybody. So they had to cheat to give it to him. But yeah. And we got the big heavyweight showdown rematch coming up, Fury and Usyk. I got Fury this time. If he goes in there the way he started out, he had that big long jab in Usyk's face. But then he started playing around, putting his hands all down to his sides. And I don't know what was wrong with Fury. And Usyk just kept creeping up on him, creeping. And Usyk got inside and stayed there. Didn't Usyk drop him? I thought the referee saved Fury from being stopped in that fight. But the good thing about it, we're going to get a rematch. But it's not for undisputed. The IBF stepped in there and stripped Usyk. What was Usyk? 2 division undisputed for like 10 minutes? They stripped him, but they can't take that from him. Yeah, he's one of 5 people to be 2 division undisputed in the 4-belt era. With the GOAT, Bud Crawford, Katie Taylor, and the Monster. They did it a month apart, remember? Katie did it November 2023, and the Monster was December 2023. And then Usyk did it this year. Yep. We got Tank. When is that fight between him and Lamont Roach? Is it November? Yeah, that's coming up. So we looking good. And we got the big card over. We got the card down in Virginia, Keyshawn and his brothers. And yeah, that's a pretty good card there too. I don't know all the dates, but they all coming up. Yeah. And then 2025, just like 2024, we got better than that fire year we had in 2023. I think 2025 is going to be even better than 2024. So, yeah, boxing is looking good, man. Shakur Stevenson will be back in the ring. What do you say, like February next year? I'm looking for Tank and Shakur next year. Fall. Late summer, fall. And before Shakur's injury, we wasn't going to get it before around that time frame anyway. So, just be patient. Okay, it's coming. They will get in the ring. Now, I don't think Devin will fight either one of them. I don't know for whatever, because Devin is big, man. He's going in the other direction. But we will get Tank and Shakur next year. I promise. I mean, I don't have no kind of inside knowledge, but just looking at the way things develop, I think we will get it. Yeah. Both of those 2 guys want to be the best. They ain't ducking no smoke. The situation and everything just got to be right. It'll be right around this time next year, a little earlier. We will have that fight. That's going to be a big one. Yeah. That is going to be a big one. So let's get ready to get started with this big women in boxing today. We're going to start out with we're going to talk about some influential moments in women's boxing history first. Okay? Because, like I said, right now, women's boxing is about as popular as it's ever been. They getting in, put it on the line for us. And the women want to smoke, You see more women's fights as far as names against each other than you do men. You know, all the time you see a women's fight is unifying something or undisputed. And, yeah. So the women really want to smoke. So we got to give them their props every now and then. Big Dre. What's up, Big Dre? In the building. The JBT spokesperson. Big J give me all these good drops that I don't even know how to put them on here. But I'm going to get them. Watch. Big Dre, hashtag JBT. Salute, Big J. Big Dre. And Mike Rim. What's up, Mike? Mike Rim been with me from the beginning. The Mike brothers, Mike Rim, Mike Mazik, been with me from the beginning. Just Do, Al Booker. Really appreciate them guys. They gave me the confidence to keep going. Because when I first started, they was here every day. Hadn't been for them, I probably would have stopped. But yeah, Just Do and Mike Mazik, Mike Rim, Al Booker was here every day, man. Really appreciate you guys. Yep. Every time I come in, they was here. Was it in the first half hour? So they was in the building, man. And they in here today. Yeah. So they really kept me going when it first started, man. Appreciate them. 1000%. Yeah. Okay. We gonna get ready to get started though. Now, women in boxing. Got everything all set up. How is everybody today? It's still early in the week. Got a whole week of boxing history in front of us. Like I said, tomorrow is about boxing stances. We're going to talk about southpaw versus orthodox. And then I got some of the top southpaws in boxing history. A bunch of them we're going to talk about. Thursday, the boxing in the States. We still got a ways to go. We halfway now. We're on the way downhill, but we up to Massachusetts this week. And then Friday, the life and career of Felix Tito Trinidad. Yep, Felix Tito Trinidad this week. Now, let me see what's going on in the chat before I get started. Jarrell says, Tank versus Bud. Shakur must be smoking that dirt garbage. We need Shakur versus Alicia Baumgart. Oh, come on, Jarrell. Shakur would kill that woman in them, and they couldn't do that. No. Man. We'll get Shakur and Tank next year. Tank versus Bud is too far apart, man. Bud is at 154. Tank is a little guy. Almost 30 pounds apart. Yeah. But we won't get Tank and Shakur next year. I promise you. We got a good fight, too. Classic boxer versus puncher. Puncher/boxer. Yeah. That will be a good one. Can't wait for it. Okay? With boxing, I get ready to say boxing in the States. Women in boxing. I'm like 2 days ahead. Weather is beautiful up here in Baltimore again, man. What's going on with this weather? Wow. Almost 80 degrees. When I do my walk this morning, I had a hoodie on. I came out of that thing as soon as I stepped out the door. Wow. But I ain't mad. Because the hawk will be here soon enough. So I ain't rushing it. Okay? Let's talk about some influential moments in women's boxing history. Okay? Okay. Trying to figure out who that is. Okay. Now, in a male-dominated sport, right, it's important to recognize the women, punching through stereotypes. And they're creating history with their hard work and skill in the boxing ring. Now, the biggest fight in women's boxing has been for recognition in the sport. Okay, Katie Taylor's quote is a perfect introduction into this piece. And her quote, I forgot to read her quote. Katie Taylor said, "I want to tell girls, it's not about makeup and how you look that's important. You are so much more than how you look." Katie Taylor, okay? Yeah. Now, boxing has the power to transform and elevate women, allowing them to be one become the best version of themselves. Women have proven all over the world that they can take hold of their power through boxing, okay? Confidence, grit, and resilience are only the tip of the iceberg in terms of how a woman's depth of character can be improved through the sport of boxing. It shows women that they can achieve great things. Clarissa Shields, Layla Ali, Cecilia Brækhus, and Lucia Rijker are globally recognized as some of the very best female boxers in the world, and for good reason. These women have each held multiple world titles, with Rijker being dubbed the most dangerous woman in the world, okay? And she had a record of 17-0 with 14 by way of knockout. Cecilia Rijker. Okay, come here, calculator. That is a pretty good knockout rate. 17 wins, 14 knockouts. That's the rate of 82%. Not bad at all. Okay, that was Lucia Rijker. And these achievements for these women didn't come lightly. It took years of hard work and dedication. You know, undisputed world champion Alicia Baumgartner started boxing. Okay, that's Lucia right there. I forgot to put the picture up. That's Lucia. That's Alicia. Yeah. Undisputed champion Alicia Baumgartner, she started boxing when she was 8 years old, just like some of the men. And she continued to refine and perfect her craft consistently throughout her years, saying, every detail counts. Every small achievement leads to big change, okay? And she's a great role model to show women that hard work and consistency pays off. And boxing itself is a great way to encourage women to strive for greatness and improve by 1% each day, right? It reaches the importance of playing the long game, doing the work thoroughly and honestly without cutting corners, okay? In today's modern society, where everyone wants results immediately, Alicia's point is crucial in showing young girls that anything worthwhile takes time and effort. And the mindset will set young female boxers apart from the rest. Now, a woman's confidence will skyrocket once she travels down the path of self-growth. It truly is a snowball effect, leading to improvement in other areas of life and promising overall well-being. Now let's look at some key women's boxing history events. Early milestones. Barbara Buttrick and Jackie Tobin's professional fight in 1954 was the first female boxing match to be aired on American national television. Yeah. 1954, we had the first women's fight on TV. Barbara Buttrick and Jackie Tobin. Yeah. Let me see. He said, Jarrell says, Shakur got the advantage versus Alicia, but remember, he only got one hand and Alicia got the power advantage. Yes, Shakur would beat her with one hand, though. He would beat her with one hand, and that would be his bad hand. Yeah, I truly believe that. He would knock her out with that one hand, probably within the first 20 seconds of the first round. You know, you talk about one of my favorite fighters, Jarrell. Shakur. Now, it helped bring, this fight between Buttrick and Tobin, the first women's fight on national TV, it helped bring attention to women's boxing when it was still obscure in society. Now, then we had the formation of key organizations, right? That was huge, okay? Now, the Women's Boxing Federation, the WBF, was founded in 1999 and has played a crucial role in promoting women's professional boxing and allowing women to compete at the highest level in the WBF. Yep. The World Boxing Association, WBA, World Boxing Council, WBC, have also been key leaders in promoting women in the sport and began sanctioning women's fights in 2004 and 2005, respectively. International recognition and champions. Okay. Our book says, what about Clarissa versus Dab? Our book says Shakur would easily demolish Alicia with one hand. Yeah. And Jarrell says, what about Clarissa versus Dab? I got Clarissa. No. Probably put her in the hospital. Might kill her. You know, he might kill her. But international recognition and championships. The AIBA Women's World Boxing Championships went. It went ahead in Pennsylvania in 2001. Okay. It was the first women's boxing championship organized by the International Boxing Association, the AIBA, really the American International Boxing Association. Okay. This was a milestone for women in the sport of boxing, as historically the big four, WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF, were all prominent sanctioning bodies only in men's boxing at that time. Okay? The Olympic inclusion. Olympic inclusion. What is all these sounds going on? Look at that. In 2008, women's boxing was included at the Beijing Olympics for the first time in comparison to men's boxing, which had been a part of the Olympics since 1904. No, it was 2012 for the first time women's boxing was included in the Olympics officially. 1904, they had women's and men's boxing as like a demonstration event, but they kept the men, and for some reason they didn't keep women. It was over 100 years later in 2012 when they finally put women in, right? Yep. It was like a 108-year gap between the time they put men's boxing in the Olympics and when they included women's. Yep. Thomas Hill in the building. What's up, T Hill? Yeah, like a 112-year gap. I don't know what the reason for that was. They had women boxing back then. If they would have gave an opportunity, but they waited until 2012. And they've been a part of the Olympics ever since. They've been successful. Like I told you at the beginning, Katie Taylor was one of the first women to win a gold medal. Yeah. And, you know, when I do the top 12 women of the 21st century, Katie's going to be right there, top 2 or 3. Might be number 1, like Technique said. I forgot what order it is. Katie might be number 1. There was a significant struggle for women to gain entry into boxing at the Olympic Games, having to overcome hurdles such as societal and historical, not suicidal, societal. Probably thought I said suicidal. But they had to overcome hurdles such as societal and historical bias that perceive only men having a place in the sport of boxing, right? Women were met with resistance from the Olympic Committee, and it took a long time for them to acknowledge the success and interest of female boxers to allow them to compete in the Olympics. Yeah, it took a long time for that, man. Yes, it did. And as a matter of fact, the first gold medals when they went in 2012 went to Michaela Laurent from Argentina and Katie Taylor from Ireland. Yep. Oh man, Ning Ding. I guess that's her name. Ning Ding. That's how it's spelled. Right? Ning Ding. Check it out. N-I-N-G. Maybe they pronounce it differently. At least it's not Nong Dong. It's Ning Ding. Why did I'm putting an I? It keeps coming out O. Bear with me for a minute, please. Yeah. There she is. That's Ning Ding, right? Ning Ding. She was one of the first women to win gold in the Olympics, along with Katie Taylor and Michaela Laurent. And Ning Ding is from China. And Claudia Lopez from the United States. The United States women got one in their first time to let the women in the Olympics. And Katie Taylor's win was particularly notable, as she already had a strong reputation in the amateurs. Okay? Her Olympic success resulted in her being signed by Matchroom Boxing. Eddie Hearn, still with Eddie, right? Yeah, I believe Katie's still with Eddie. And such achievements at the Olympics increased visibility for women's boxing, increased media attention and public interest, right, for women in the sport. These women athletes served as role models and provided inspiration to other young women. And as a result, we are seeing a growth of female participation in the sport. You know, like I said, right now in 2024, women's boxing is as popular as it's ever been. I told you, I am doing a top 12 women in boxing today, where 5 years ago, I couldn't even name 5 women boxers. I could name like 40 or 50 right off the top of my head right now, women boxers. But 5 years ago, I couldn't do 5. So that's how popular it's becoming, right? I'm sure everybody in the chat can name 10 women boxers right off their head right now. But I bet you couldn't 5 years ago. Melanin Queen 27, just 5 years ago. Salute, Melanin Queen. How are you today? Always good when Melanin Queen comes in here. Melanin Queen 27, salute. Part of that Fire JBT network. Yes. I'm glad she's part of the JBT. Too late for them other ones. We got her. Salute, Melanin Queen 27. Good to see you. Okay. Now, we can see improved opportunities such as better funding, sponsorship, and professional prospects. As such, now there were 12 female boxers at the 2024 Paris Olympics, and this number has increased over time. Groundbreaking fights and events. Okay, let me slide this down some. Groundbreaking fights and events. In 2022, Katie Taylor fought Amanda Serrano at Madison Square Garden. This event ended a 140-year history of which only men had competed at the prestigious location, right? As far as being the main event, that was the first 2 women to ever headline a card at the Garden, over 140 years, okay? That's going back into the 19th century, man. That was big when her and Amanda did that one. There you go, right there. Katie on the left, Amanda on the right. Now, this moment has proven to advance opportunities for women in the sport of boxing. With most professional boxing undercards now featuring at least one women's fight, right? Most cards you see now got a women's fight on there. You didn't used to be like that. Misfits Boxing is also a relatively new promotional company founded in 2022 and representing many female boxers, including UK's promising prospect, Carla Jade. Was it Jade? Or is it Jade? Jade. There she is right there. She's part of Misfits Boxing, promising United Kingdom prospect. Carla won her pro debut in September 2023 and is likely to continue competing. Carla Jade, right? Now, reshaping the landscape of boxing with their talent, determination, and advocacy, these women athletes mentioned above have inspired and continue to inspire women globally, okay? Globally. As of 2024, there are approximately 1,500 to 2,000 female professional boxers around the world, in comparison to an estimate of only 500 recorded back in the year 2000. Okay? 1,500 to 2,000 now, whereas in 2000 it was only about 500. Okay? like I'm saying, it's the most popular it's ever been now. As of 2024, there are now 150 to 200 female professional boxing matches occurring each year. 150 to 200. And the future of women's boxing looks bright, with more and more women taking the sport seriously and winning in the ring. Okay? Yeah. Women's boxing, can't say this enough, is the most popular it's ever been right now. There's Joe. What's up, Joe? How you doing today? Good to see you. Joe is in here. Joe is a big-time boxing historian, too. They be dropping some gems in there, in the chat. Okay, I got to keep an eye on that now. Ace. What's up, Ace? Ace in the building. All my people coming through today. Women in boxing today, Ace. So now, okay, we are going to look at, I got 12 of the top women's boxers of the 21st century. Now, they're not necessarily worst to best or best to worst, okay? But just 12 of the top women's boxers of the 21st century, okay? But how is everybody? It's Tuesday. We're still early in the week. We still got a whole week of big boxing history in front of us, okay? Let me tell you about it right quick before we get started on this. Tomorrow is, what is tomorrow? I forgot. Where's my notes? I told you I'm old. I can't remember now. Oh, tomorrow is about southpaws. We're going to look at southpaw versus orthodox fighters. And then we're going to look at some of the top. So I got like 25 southpaws we're going to look at tomorrow, okay? And then Thursday, of course, the boxing in the States is every Thursday. And we still got a ways to go. I told you a long time ago, we're not going to finish it until 2025. But this week is Massachusetts. History of boxing in Massachusetts. Some significant events that occurred concerning boxing in the state. And then, of course, the segment on boxers from Massachusetts. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Now, I think he was born in New Jersey, but, his boxing career played like he was in Massachusetts then. So the marvelous one, we're going to talk about him tomorrow and some other boxers from Massachusetts. And then Friday, we always end up the week with a profile of a former boxer. And this week, the life and career of Felix Tito Trinidad. Felix Tito Trinidad. We're going to look at his life and his career Friday. So don't miss that. Okay? So let's look at some of these top women's boxers of this century, 21st century. Is that the 21st century, right? Let me see. 18, 19. Yeah, I knew it. I'm just messing with y'all. Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more in the building. What's up, Bruce Gas? In the building. Bruce Gas and Joe in here. Now I got to be careful to make sure I don't mess up, because they're going to correct me. Salute Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. But good to have him in here, too. Because when I want to know something, that's where the box historian goes for his history, the Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more channel. I know y'all have checked him out and subscribe to Bruce Gas. Big time boxing mind, man. Yeah. So I'm glad there, because when I want to know something, I just say it, and within the next 10 seconds, the answer is in the chat. Okay? So salute Bruce Gas, boxing, jazz, and more. Okay. We're going to look at some of the top women's boxers from the 21st century now. Like the GOAT, later Ali. Like Technique said, Katie Taylor is up there. Let me see where I got Katie at. She's top 2 or 3. I ain't mad at anybody that says she's number 1, because Katie is very talented woman. Has done a lot for women's boxing, too. A whole lot. She was one of the first women to win a gold medal with the Olympics for women when they finally let them in 2012. Yeah. But ranking the top 10 women's boxers of the 21st century. Okay. Now, Women boxing has seen a resurgence since the sport was allowed to compete in the 2012 Olympics in London. Yeah, Katie was home. No, Katie from Ireland, but she was close. It was in London. Since then, fighters like Clarissa Shields and Katie Taylor have gone on to win undisputed championships in 2 divisions and to top the women's pound-for-pound list. But before that, women's boxing was fighting for popularity. And since the early 2000s, when Layla Ali and Christy Martin were competing in big events, to Amanda Serrano winning titles in an unprecedented 7 weight classes. Man, you better watch out because Amanda got 7. That 8 might go down. Amanda is still active. But yeah, women's boxing wasn't as big as it is today. Like I keep saying, it's as big as more popular than it's ever been today in 2024. Now, a big part of that is fights staged as main events nowadays in iconic venues, such as Clarissa Shields and Marie-Eve Dicaire headlining the first all-women's pay-per-view event in 2021, or Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, the first women's championship fight to headline a card at the famous Madison Square Garden in New York. Yeah. And don't forget, Layla Ali, Holly Holm, and Wolf have all been inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Yeah. And Cecilia Brækhus, who held at least 2 world titles for over 10 years, right? 26 fights. Over 26 fights. Now, plenty of fighters can make a case for being the best of their generation. But which fighters make the top 10 best of the 21st century? Okay, let's check it out. For women. Okay? Yeah, I do think on women every now and then, because they get in there and put it on the line for us too, man. Yeah, the women do. And the women want all the smoke. Every time you see a women's fight, it's unifying something, undisputed. They don't tiptoe around each other like the men do. Like, oh, what's the name? Oh, I'm not going around there. But the women go. The women want the smoke. Okay. So let's talk about it. First, going to be Clarissa Shields. Okay. This is not necessarily best to worst. This is just 12 of the top women's boxers of the 21st century. First is Clarissa Shields. Okay. Now, currently, she's still active. Currently, she's 14-0, right? Just 2 knockouts, not a knockout puncher. And she started in 2016, right? She's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, pound for pound #1, undisputed middleweight and junior middleweight champion, 4-belt era. First one to win the 2 4-belt undisputed championships in 2 different weight. Wait a minute now. First one to be undisputed in the 4-belt era in 2 different weight classes, Clarissa Shields. Not Bud Crawford, Clarissa Shields, okay? After winning 2 Olympic gold medals as an amateur, 2012 and no, I don't think she won. Did she win in 2012 and 2016? I believe she did. Shields has been just as dominant in the professional ranks. She is ESPN's #1 ranked pound-for-pound women's fighter and has won world titles in 3 weight divisions. 4 now. I forgot heavyweight. Junior middleweight, middleweight, super middleweight, and heavyweight. 4 divisions. 4 divisions, because she just won heavyweight, remember, a few months ago. Shields from Michigan. Yeah, she beat, what was the girl named? Vanessa LePage, right? That was in July. Now, her best win so far was a unanimous decision over Savannah Marshall in 2022, right? That was when she won, I think it was middleweight undisputed. And she has held at least 2 world titles simultaneously ever since 2017. And she has relied on her boxing skills rather than power to deal with most of her opponents. And she also competes as a mixed martial arts fighter, right? Yep, Clarissa is also so in the mixed martial arts. She sure is. Number 2 is Katie Taylor. KT. Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor. I got a number 2. Technique had a number 1. I ain't mad at it, because you can make a very good argument for Katie being the top female fighter out there, man. You know, the GOAT keep on with that mouth. I might have Katie might be my number 1 pretty soon, because the GOAT then got too big-headed, man. She's in there saying she's sparring men and he's not taking it easy on her. She know damn well her men taking it easy on her ass, man. Now, if a man go in there and knock her ass out and hurt her, he gonna get killed by the media and the public. But, you know, since she running her mouth like that, I think the men should just stop sparring her, you know. She know they taking, if a man go in there and knock her ass out, put her in the hospital, he gonna catch it bad. So they take it easy on her, man. But Katie Taylor, okay? Katie is currently 23 wins, 1 loss. That came to Chantel Cameron. And guess what? Katie got 6 knockouts, right? And she's still active. Gold medalist in 2012, I believe. Undisputed champion at lightweight. And she was and junior welterweight also. Okay? I think she might have dropped one of her belts at lightweight. One of the belts she dropped because I think Carolyn DuBois, somebody got one of them now. But she was undisputed in 2 weight classes. She got that in November 2023, 1 month before the Monster did it. Remember? Mm-hmm. Now, Katie is from Bray in Ireland, right? But she trains in Vernon, Connecticut. And she won her Olympic gold medal in 2012, right? And she's a 2-division undisputed world champion in the 4-belt era. She had all the belts at lightweight and junior welterweight. And she's known for her fast combinations, okay? Katie won a world title in just her 7th professional fight and has only been beaten once by Chantel Cameron in May 2023, a loss she avenged with the majority decision 6 months later to become undisputed at 140 pounds. And they should have had that trilogy, should have been each of their next fights, man. Because like I said, Katie's win over Chantel in November was a majority decision. 1 judge had it a draw. And her loss to Chantel in May was a majority decision. 1 judge had it a draw. 2 close fights like that. Each of them gave the other one their only loss. That has trilogy written all over it, but they just walked away from it, man. That was crazy. You know, boxers back in the day would have wanted to settle that. It's 1-1. You my only loss. I'm your only loss. Majority decisions, both fights. We have to fight again. They just walked away and left it. Okay, I'm satisfied. Come on, man. That's ridiculous. But that's boxing today. That's boxing today. When the era I came up in the 70s and 80s, their next fight after them chose 2 fights, 2 draws, 2 fights 1-1 like that, their next fight would have been each other. Okay, we got to settle this. You know, I want to say I'm better than you. I can't say that because you gave me my only loss. I gave you yours, 2 majority decisions. We have to fight again. They just walked away. That's ridiculous. But anyway, anybody come in? Thomas Hill, they fighting for their respect. It's the reason they are fighting each other more often. They want more money for their fights as well. And making the fights people need to see helps their cases. Save that, Thomas Hill. I'm going to drop the link in a little while. Save all that conversation, man. Well, we're going to go deeper into that in a minute. I'm going to drop the link at 2:30. But good point, Thomas Hill. Appreciate you. Okay. Ken Saul Love 1 says the family thing. Okay, salute Ken Saul Love 1. Okay, where were we on? Katie Taylor. I dropped my list with the names on it. There it is. Okay. Let's get back into this. Katie Taylor. Okay, KT. Yeah, her and Chantel Cameron 1-1. Majority decision. Each other's only loss. They should have been fighting again. That second fight was in November. They should have been fighting again about March or April of this year, but they both walked away from it. But Taylor's split decision win over Amanda Serrano in 2022 lived up to the expectation of being the biggest fight in the history of women's professional boxing. Now, Taylor's 38, right? And she's due to face Serrano again in the rematch on November 15th. That's on Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, right? Is that on that undercard? Yeah, I think they the main event. Jake and Mike is the what do they call the main fight? The main event, Cass. Yeah, the main event. Katie and Amanda is the co-main. So, yeah, that's coming up again. That should be good. The first one lived up to the hype. It was the first women's fight to headline at the Garden, and they had a split decision. I thought Amanda won it, but, you couldn't be mad. You can't say robbery because a close fight like that, you can't say robbery. But, yeah, the judges thought Katie won it. So, and that's who count the judges, not Cass Sports. Okay, let's move on. Next is Amanda. Yeah, there's Amanda. It's next. It's Amanda on the left. We are talking about 12 of the top women's boxers of the 21st century. Put that message back, Jarrell. What did you say? Everything is welcome here, man. Okay? Ain't anybody time you out, I'm going to time them out. Okay? I'm talking the way I be timing people. I'm one to talk. I kicked BVO off the panel one time. BVO, the capping guy. Okay. Amanda Serrano is next. Okay. Now, Amanda is still active, and she's had 50 fights. She won 47, lost 2. She got 1 draw, and she got 31 knockouts. That's a lot for women's boxing. She's one of the most powerful women, along with Ann Wolfe. Later, Ali had almost a 90% knockout rate. And Savannah Marshall got power. But Amanda got 31 knockouts, right? And she started in 2009. She was almost back there with Later Ali and Ann Wolfe and them. She came a couple years after they retired. But 15-year career, still going. And like I said, Manny better watch out. Amanda is a 7-division world champion. That 8 Manny got the record for might go down, man. If Amanda can get 2 more, I hope she go for it. Yeah. She got 7 anyway. And she's a former undisputed featherweight champion, reigning WBA and WBO featherweight champion. She dropped the IBF too now? I know she dropped the WBC because they wouldn't sanction 12 rounds, 3 minutes for the women. So Amanda said, I wasn't fighting no more 10 round, 2-minute championship fights. So she dropped the WBC because Jake Paul was getting her 12 rounds, 3 minutes. Check this out. Jake had a 4-round prospect fight on one of his cards, but it was 3 minutes. But I think Amanda and Katie is 10 rounds, 2 minutes. I don't know why. Maybe it's Katie wanted to fight that. But yeah, this fight on Tyson and Jake Paul card is 10 rounds, 2 minutes. And Amanda had been fighting 12 rounds, 3 minutes. Maybe Katie didn't want to go 12 rounds, 3 minutes. I don't know why. But anyway, Amanda is 35 years old. She has defied boxing logic by jumping up and down weight classes, and is the only women's boxer to win world titles in more than 4 weight divisions. Yeah, unlike Manny, once Manny went up, he never went back down. Amanda went up, down, she's been going back and forth. And she's the only female boxer to win titles in 4 weight divisions. What the likes looking like? Well, the likes are looking good, 50. No, I'm just joking, but they looking good. 44 is my record. Okay. Yeah. And she's from Puerto Rico. Brooklyn raised. Puerto Rican born, Brooklyn raised. She's won world titles in a staggering 7 weight classes. Junior bantamweight, junior featherweight, junior lightweight, and junior welterweight, okay? She can get welterweight and junior middleweight. She can pass Manny. She was undisputed featherweight champion last year and still holds 2 featherweight titles. Serrano is a busy boxer who throws a lot of punches. Like I said, she's challenging Katie Taylor for the junior welterweight belt on November 15th. After the 2022 lightweight encounter ended in a split draw win for Taylor. Wait a minute now. Oh, she already been junior welterweight. I thought that would have been her 8th division, but she's been a titleist in that. She need welterweight and junior middleweight to pass Manny. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay. Cecilia Brackets. There's Cecilia Brackets. She's also a model. There's BVO right there. I'll talk you up, BVO. Yeah, we'll talk about it. No, you didn't. This is the first time you told me that, BVO. But salute BVO Boxing TV in the building. 8 p.m. Monday to Thursday, that BVO Boxing TV. He heard me talking about it. That's why he came in here. What did I say about him? Damn, somebody put it in there. Shit, I forgot. I said something. Okay, BVO Boxing TV, salute. Remember that fire JBT network, BVO Boxing TV, hashtag JBT. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Cecilia well, I'll talk to you, BVO. Cecilia Brackets is next. Okay. Cecilia she's retired now. She had a record of no, Cecilia's still fighting. What I'm talking about. She just fought a few months ago. Right. And she is 37-2 with 1 draw. Right? She has 9 knockouts. She started in 2007. That's the same year Layla Ali, Christy Martin, and retired. Ann Wolf, yeah. But Cecilia was too young to fight any of them. They were at the end of their career. She was just a prospect. But she's got a 17-year career, still going strong. Cecilia Brackets, wow. Okay. I'm going to drop the link about 2:32. And it's for anybody. Everybody is welcome to hit that link, you know. Now, she's from Colombia, but she's based in Norway. She fights out of Norway, right? She was once the pound-for-pound queen of women's boxing. She began boxing mostly in Germany, right? Because boxing was banned in Norway from 1981 to 2014. In 2009, Cecilia Brackets won the WBC and WBA welterweight world titles. By 2014, she was a 4-belt undisputed champion. She was the first woman to do it. She was the third one behind B. Hop and Jermaine Taylor. And she reigned until 2020 as the undisputed champion when she lost a majority decision to Jessica McCaskill. And victory would have seen Brackets, then 38 years old, beat Joe Louis's streak of 25 straight title defenses in an 11-year reign. Yep, she fell 1 short when she lost to Caskilla. Yep. So damn, she's old too. She's 42 years old. Wow. I'm talking about somebody older. I'm 65. Damn. But I ain't boxing. Okay. She's old. 42. Okay. Now she was still boxing last year at age 42 when she was boxing this year when she fought to a controversial draw against Terry Harper for 2 welterweight titles. Yes, Cecilia fought a couple months ago, remember? I forgot who she fought against, but she sure did. Yeah. Anybody remember who she fought? I think it was a Puerto Rican lady. Cecilia won it. Yeah. I can't think of her name right now. I would go to Google, but no. Okay, next is Layla Ali. This is not in no kind of necessary order of best to worst. It's just 12 of the top female boxers of the 21st century. Layla Ali makes the cut. There's Layla. Layla is retired, of course. Now, Layla finished her career with a record of 24-0, right? With 21 knockouts. That might be the best women's knockout rate in history. That's a knockout rate of 87%, okay? Layla was like that, man. Only 3 people went the distance with her, right? And she fought from 1999 to 2007, only 8 years. Now, she was in this era. She would fight much more and much longer because back at that time, women's boxing was nowhere near as popular as it is now. Like I told you, now it's the most popular as it's ever been, okay? But let's continue with Layla, okay? Everybody hit the like button for the box story, please, okay? Now, she was super middleweight champion, and she went to the internet. Not many women in there, but she's one of them. She went into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2021. Her biggest achievement was living up to expectations of being the daughter of the greatest, Muhammad Ali. She had big shoes to fill, man, and she lived up to it. Yes, she did. 21 of her 24 victories came by knockout, as she overpowered her opponents to become the dominant figure in women's boxing in the early 2000s. In 2001, Ali and Jackie Frazier-Lyons became the first women to headline a pay-per-view card. And that was Ali Frazier 4, remember? 30 years after the fight of the century between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, March 8th, 1971. They fought March 8th, 2000, when Ali Frazier 4. Yep. And it took 20 years for another woman's boxer to achieve that, right? Clarissa Shields. Took 20 years to have two women hit on another pay-per-view card, right? And victories over Valerie Morford twice, Christy Martin were Ali's career highlights. Now, Ali, who lives in Georgia, finished her career fighting in South Africa and contributed significantly to raising the profile of women's boxing. Layla Ali. Yep. Next is the coal miner's daughter, Christy Martin. I thought we'd cover women's boxing today. Kirill says, young Lady Ali is the best. Lady Ali would knock a woman boxer out till this day. Yeah, she would stop Clarissa. Everybody know that, man. Clarissa's fanboys will deny it, but Layla Ali would stop Clarissa Shields, man. Prime versus prime, she would demolish Clarissa Shields. How would Clarissa Shields keep a killer like Layla Ali off of her? She couldn't. It might be like a first round, might be one of the Mike Tyson type stoppages, 30 seconds or something. Clarissa would have no way to keep Layla Ali back, or Layla Ali would come in there and just destroy Clarissa Shields. I think even Clarissa Shields knows that, man. She's gonna talk trash, but she knows she could do nothing with Layla Ali. Layla Ali would destroy that girl, man. It'd be, like I said, one of them Mike Tyson type stoppages, like 30 seconds or something. It would be over. Yeah, she would destroy Clarissa. Clarissa knows that. Christy Martin, retired. She finished her career with 59 fights, 49-7, with 3 draws, right? 32 knockouts. She fought from 1989 to 2012, 23-year career, right? She was a junior middleweight champion. And she's also in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. She went in 2020. She was the first woman that was on the ballot and the first woman in there. The coal miner's daughter, Christy Martin. Yep. Now, Martin was one of the early pioneers of women's professional boxing who helped to propel the sport towards wider attention. She appeared on the Mike Tyson-Frank Bruno heavyweight title fight undercard in 1996 on a Showtime pay-per-view event, and on many other Tyson undercards. She went on to be a guest star on the TV show Roseanne and was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. Her biggest fights included a win over Mia St. John in 2009 and a 4th-round knockout loss to Layla Ali in 2003. In 2009, Christy Martin won the WBC junior middleweight title by majority decision over Dakota Stone. Her life has been chronicled in many documentaries, and a movie about Martin is in the works, with famed actress Sydney Sweeney portraying Martin. That might be out now. I know she got shot by her husband one time, and he's probably still in prison. Yeah, that movie might be out now. I'm not sure. But anyway, let's move on. Holly Holm. There's Holly facing us. Get back on. This is Holly facing us. Holly Holm. Okay? Now, Holly is retired. She finished her career with 38 fights. She won 33. She lost 2. She had 3 draws. And she had 9 knockouts. And she competed from 2002 to 2013. 11-year career. She's a 3-division world champion, right? And she's a world champion in both boxing and UFC. She's also in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. She went in 2022. Okay. No women's fighter has been as big a hit in both professional boxing and mixed martial arts as Holly Holm. She made 18 world title defenses across 3 weight divisions as the standout star of women's boxing until switching to MMA in 2011. In boxing, she fought mostly in her home city of Albuquerque, New Mexico, home of Skywalker Boxeo. Okay, and she ruled as junior welterweight, and junior middleweight champion from 2004 to 2013. Some of her best moments were wins over Mary Jo Sanders and Sophie Mathis and fellow Hall of Famer Jane Couch, going way back there. At age 42, Holm is still active as an MMA fighter with a 15-7 record. Holly Holm. Okay, next is the legendary Ann Wolfe. There's Ann on the left. Ann Wolfe. Ann Wolfe. I'm going to drop it at 2:30, BBO. Okay, 2:30. Give me like 15 minutes. Stick around. 2:30, I'm going to drop it, BBO. I promise you. Let me get through this. Yeah. 10 minutes. Give me 10 minutes, BBO. Go do what you got to do and everything, and come back in 10 minutes, and the link will be in there. I promise you. Okay. Ann Wolfe. Ann Wolfe. Okay, Mr. BBO Boxing TV. Ann Wolfe. Now, Ann is retired. She won 24, lost 1. She had 16 knockouts, had power too. And she competed from 1998 to 2006. Now, she's a 3-division world champion. And she was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2021. She's one of the few women in there too. And she was a 3-division world champion from Texas. She overpowered most of her opponents. Wolfe produced the first-round knockout over Vondra Ward to win 2 light heavyweight titles in 2004. It was 2 belts on the line in that fight. And then she stopped Martha Valley for a super middleweight title 2 years earlier. She was also junior middleweight champion, 3-division champion, and suffered just 1 defeat, that she later avenged. She lost to I think it's Valerie Moffat, right? After her boxing days, Wolfe became a trainer, working with many amateur fighters and former title contender James Kirkland. Yeah, and Wolfe, she was the trainer, pretty good trainer too. Regina Hamage. I couldn't find a picture for Regina. I just put that up there to keep my place. Sorry about that, Regina. Yeah, tell him be patient, Jarrell. Tell BVO be patient. Oh, BVO says Ann is the vote. Okay. Now, Regina is retired. She had 56 fights. And guess what? She only lost 1. 54 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. She fought from 1994 to 2007. And she is a 3-division champion, okay? And she's from Germany. She was an early pioneer of women's professional boxing in Europe, and she won world titles at junior flyweight, and junior bantamweight. She fought down in smaller classes. She was world champion for most of her career, and her fights attracted large TV audiences in Germany. She retired after a staggering 45th title defense. 45 title defenses, okay? Regina Hamage. Jackie Nava is next. There's Jackie Nava. We're winding down now. Okay, now I want to get this link in there for BVO go crazy out there. Jackie Nava. Now, Jackie had 44 fights. She won 40 and lost 4. She's retired now. She had 16 knockouts, too. Had some power. That's good for women's boxing, 16 knockouts. She had a 21-year career. She competed from 2001, just retired in 2022. 2-division champion, right? They called her La Princess Azteca from Tijuana, Mexico. like I said, 2-division champion and one of the most dominant fighters in the junior featherweight division history. Nava won the inaugural WBC junior featherweight title in 2005. That was the first woman to win the WBC title at featherweight. And she had 2 reigns as junior featherweight champion. In 2014, she unified the WBA and WBC titles by beating Alicia Ashley. And she made 2 defenses as unified world champion. Jackie Nava. Okay, got a couple more to go. Excuse me for 1 second. Couple more to go. Okay, oh man. Couple more to go. And we're gonna be through this. We're gonna put the link in and chop it up. Okay. This next one is a big one. We're gonna go back a ways. But as everybody, it's Tuesday. It's still early in this week of boxing history. What am I doing? Oh, there we go. Still early. But the next one is, I think it's Marion Tremillard. There she go. Marion Tremillard. Yeah, Marion Tremillard. What am I talking about? They called her Lady Tiger. Lady Tiger, she had 18 fights. She was 114, lost 4. She had 5 knockouts, okay? Now, she was born in the Bronx, right? And she's the first woman to be granted a professional boxing license by the New York State Athletic Commission. Yeah, historic. She was known as Lady Tiger. She began boxing right out of high school at age 18 and was fighting in exhibition matches before it was legal for women to fight in sanctioned fights. She turned pro in Canada in 1975, but was limited by state restrictions on female boxing in the United States. She applied for a boxing license in her home state of New York, only to be denied. She said, "I slept, ate, ran boxing. It didn't give me nothing back." You don't realize the prejudice out there. Of all the isms, and I know them all, sexism is the worst. After a long legal battle, Lady Tiger was finally issued a boxing license by the New York State in 1978 and went on to win the Women's World Lightweight Championship the next year, 1979, right? She's a lifelong advocate. Tremillard went on a months-long hunger strike in 1987 for better working conditions and higher pay for female professional boxers. Yeah, I've been over that. People that have been with me I went over that one about the hunger strike like last year sometime. Remember that, y'all? Mike Mazik, Al Booker, Mike Grimm, Thomas Hill, they remember it. Yeah, they've been with me for a long time. I appreciate them. They kept me going. If it wasn't for them being here, I probably would have stopped, Them guys, man, salute to them. Thomas Hill, Just Do, Mike Mazik, Thomas Hill, Mike Grimm, Al Booker, they was instrumental in Cash Sports continuing on. Appreciate y'all, man. But anyway, Marion Tremillard was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2021 as one of the best female boxers of all time. She's one of the few in there too. This is the final one here. Lucia Rijker. I think that's how you pronounce the name. Rijker, something like that. Anyway, she was retired, but she was 17-0. 15 knockouts. Wow. Did I already do that? I think I did. Yeah. 88. I did that earlier in something else. Remember we was talking about her? But we're going to talk about her again. 17-0, 15 knockouts. And she's also was a kickboxer. Also never lost in that. 35-01 draw. 25 knockouts in kickboxing. Now, Lucia Rijker started training in judo at the age of 6. She became part of the Dutch national softball team at age 7, and she was named the Netherlands junior fencing champion at age 14. Rijker started training in kickboxing at 15 years old, knocking out the American kickboxing champion Lily Rodriguez, and she continued to gain a 36-0 record with 4 world titles, ensuring her place as one of the most famous female boxers in history. That was kickboxing. Now for boxing. Her boxing career was equally impressive with 17 wins. I said it's 14 knockouts here, 14. Sorry, I said 15. I meant 14. And we did do that. That was like 80. That's a little lower than 88. 82. 82.3. Still not bad. One less knockout dropped her 6 percentage points. Wow. Yeah. 17-0, 14 knockouts, okay, in boxing. She earned her the Women's International Boxing Federation, WIDF, welterweight title and legendary status. She was known as the most dangerous woman in the world, right? And the Dutch destroyer. Richter took a short hiatus from the ring to pursue several acting roles. She's an actor and model too. These included an appearance in the 2004 Oscar-winning film $1 Million Baby. That's who they said that film was designed behind. Richter, $1 Million Baby. Remember that? Clint Eastwood was the female boxer's trainer. Yeah, that was designed behind her. And yeah, Oscar-winning film. She was in that, and she was in a documentary in 2000 about her life called Shadow Boxers. On top of Richter's extraordinary career in the ring, he speaks 4 languages fluently and hosts lectures and seminars about reaching one's full potential with a focus on staying in peak physical condition. Lucia Richter was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 2020. She's one of the few in there too. Okay, let me get this link in there. Okay. Women in boxing, y'all. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about boxing stances, orthodox versus southpaw, and it's going to be then we got like 25 of the best southpaw boxers ever in the history of boxing. Tomorrow, don't miss that. Let me drop the link. This link is for everybody, not just BVO. Okay, let me get it in there. Okay, come on, okay. I'm gonna have to be quiet for a minute because if I keep talking, I'll never get it in right. And where's Remo at today? No, let's talk fashion tomorrow. He'll be back November 1st. You know, with his 3rd season. That's our fashion show. A blend of fashion, sports, entertainment, and life. Is it fashion or is it clashing? Huh? Is it? Is it fashion or is it clashing? Check it out. That's that fire segment he got on there, man. Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Okay. We still got a lot. I'm still early in the day too. At 4 p.m. it's Just Do Boxing. The Voice. Covering everything going on in boxing today. Covering it right, both sides. Unbiased, balanced. Boxing talk. 4 p.m. That's who I'm warming you up for. And then BVO Boxing TV at 8 p.m. And then the Mighty Rise podcast at 9 p.m. Oh, shit. Excuse me. Don't hit that. Let me be quiet, man. Because BVO rushing me to mess me up. He probably got his finger over top of the thing ready to hit it. Calm down, BVO. I like messing with BVO. Okay, here it comes. I can hum while I'm doing this. Just let me know. But how is everybody? It's Tuesday. It's still early in the week. We still got 3 big days of boxing history in front of us. Don't miss any of them. You'll be doing yourself a huge disservice. Did y'all hear about our show Friday nights, Angry White Men? That thing is crazy. 2 angry white men. D1 and William O. Schooler. Okay? That's Fridays at 10 p.m. There it is. There's the link. Would you change your mod status to you? What's wrong? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna change it to you. Which one would be the okay? Okay, there's Thomas Hill right there. He can explain what's going on, T Hill. You said change your mod status. What's going on? Did you come up, T Hill?
Yeah, I came up. I'm up here.
What you mean about the mod status, bro?
I don't know. Maybe you got everybody as a managing mod, but I was trying to get rid of the message.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look at that when I get off. Because when I first started, I didn't know the difference. I was just hitting one of them, you know. Yeah.
If they're gonna be a moderator, they need to be a regular moderator.
What's the other one? The regular, yeah.
The standard out there, and then the managing one is the one that you want to make only a certain folk.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take care of that. Because when I first started doing it, I was just hitting any of them.
Yeah, I think you gave everybody manager status.
Yeah, I just didn't. I'm gonna take it. What's up, Jaw?
What's up with you? Peace and blessings. This BVO right here?
No, that's Thomas Hill.
It can be BVO.
What happened to BVO? He saw me drop the link like an hour ago, then he didn't hit it.
Yeah. Let me get this pulled up and tell him to come hit the link.
I always drop it at 2:30. You know?
What up, Thomas Hill? Salute.
I always drop it at 2:30. What's up with you today, Jaw? Good to see you. What's up with you today, bro?
Just relaxing. Just trying to relax.
Okay. Yeah. What's up, D3?
I want to talk about. Who's that? You
D3.
said this Thomas Hill that's on here?
Yeah, that's Thomas Hill right there. Up here with us.
Oh,
I was just talking.
Boxer son?
No, T Hill is just a member of the JBT. You know, I was greeting somebody in the chat named D3. He's just a member of the JBT of our network, you know.
Only fight I really want right now is Tank versus Bud. I don't know why everybody's scared of that fight.
You say Bud?
Yeah.
Bud at 154, y'all.
You act like boxers don't make weight or something.
What class they gonna fight at though? Tank and Bud.
I don't know. I mean, Tank could be the A side, but it'll still be, you know, probably a close.
No, I was saying what weight though. You know what I'm saying?
Big.
They're kind of like wide apart.
Yeah, you want to fight, but what weight class would it take place at?
You had two fighters at the top 3 pound for pound fighting each other. For me, I don't know, cause I'm not Tank, but I could see him fighting at 147, especially cause cause Bud already went up. But I could see him fighting at a catch weight like 145, like Floyd and Canelo. What they fought at?
Oh man, what was it? 152 TL, something like that.
Yeah.
So
but you know, Floyd never came in at 150 something though.
No, he didn't. That's possible, John, or a catch weight. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so for Tank
fight in this time, like in this time period of boxing, that'd be the biggest fight. Ain't no fight bigger than that. Like even
it would be if they could make that one. That would be huge if it could be made. I agree.
Well, honestly, bro, if we talking about huge fights, the only big huge fight that can be made.
Yeah,
and it's gonna sound wild as Tank versus Mayweather. You know that would be huge. That would break records. That would actually break records.
Kill that old man now. Hit Mayweather now. Mayweather.
Yeah, but I don't, man. See, the thing about it is like, man.
Go ahead, T Hill.
As great as Tank is, my man Mayweather stay in shape, and his skill is still sharp. Now he gonna struggle with Tank because of the youthfulness. But the dude still is skilled, man, and people want to see him lose. And as bad as they want to see Tank lose, nobody want to see nobody else lose more than Floyd Mayweather. So, you know, it would sell from that point. Now, I don't think it's one that Floyd would be interested in because, you know, it's not going to be for show. Like some of the fights he making now is for show. Tank ain't getting in there for show if he do get up in there. And he did hint at the fact that he would fight Mayweather. And I know why he would fight Mayweather because of the money that it would make. You know what I'm saying? Student versus pupil. You know what I'm saying?
It's an honor to fight Mayweather. That'd be an honor.
But
so like,
I don't know Mayweather outside of I like him as a boxer.
I was saying the good point you made out of that is Tank get a lot of hate because of the affiliation he had with Mayweather.
Exactly. Yeah. So you know, it is a way, it's a stretch. It's a stretch, but it's a way for him to like accommodate himself in the eyes of the public, because they would rather see Mayweather lose than Tank.
So where would that be at, T Hill? Tank and Mayweather.
See, I think Tank can go no higher than 47, and I think at 47 he wouldn't even come into the ring at 47. Like, Tank is best coming in the ring at like no more than 44 pounds.
Something like that.
So you could fight at 47 and not have to make 47. Like, you don't have to be 47 on the dot. You just can't go over 47, right? So that's why I don't have a problem with him fighting 47. I think he handles people at 47 easily.
Yeah, his power would still come.
I wouldn't say he handles Bud easily, but I think he can definitely do something with Bud. I don't think, to me, the Madrimov fight is what you really truly get out of Bud. I think that Spence fight was made exacerbated because of the things that Spence had to do to get into the ring and the things that he put himself through going to the ring. Like the run before the fight, the night before the fight, or the day before the fight was crazy. Like they said that you running that hill, that takes a lot out of you. Yeah. Then you know, you come in the fact that you been at that division for far too long. Probably a couple of fights too long, but you know, you wanted to be undisputed. They said he had broken ribs too, so he
accident. Yeah, man. Mm-hmm.
He probably was hopped up on some medication to take the pain away. He looked like when he walked in the ring, man, he didn't look right. I said that when I first saw the fight, like, man, he ain't looking good, bro. So, and then his movement just looked odd. Now I know people say he is slow, flat-footed footer and all this other BS, man. Nah, you look at all his other fights, you never see like him move that way. Mm-hmm. Not like that. Now you could see some beginning of the wearing on him from all the accidents and things like that, but you still didn't see him move that way, be that far off balance. Two things I will say. In that fight, Bud clearly knew he wasn't right, so Bud didn't really go as hard as he had to or could have. Right. So I'm gonna state that Bud was spot on too. I'm gonna say that, dog. He was a surgeon that night, but Spence got up every single time, bro. Like every single time. So you see the heart in him, man. So like Spence, if he is right, Spence and Bud would be a great fight on a rematch.
Tell me when you get off today. All right.
Oh, my bad.
All right, later. No, I was talking BBO. Go ahead, T Hill.
Oh, okay. I told that Mickey Freaky to hop on.
He said he at work.
Yeah, I know. He just be talking, man. BBO be talking a lot, though. I know he probably listens. So I was about to call him the capologist instead of the proctor, but I'm going to give him the proctor today. But
everybody that I asked, they said they wasn't even from Baltimore. They never said that Bud would win. They just asked me, you know, like they were just surprised I brought up that fight, but everybody said they think Tank could knock Bud out.
I don't know. It'll be a good fight. For as long as it lasts.
Yeah.
Even if it lasts the whole 12 rounds. I mean, it'll be a good fight, because I truly believe that Tank don't get the proper respect for his skill set. I think that he is so great that he makes the fights look easy, and the fights don't have to pull out what he really can do, man. And I think because of that, a lot of people just focus on the punching power. It's just like the fact of the fight with Bivol and Beterbiev. Like, you know, people thought that Beterbiev was just only a puncher.
Yeah.
But what you saw in that fight wasn't just a puncher. You saw two people technically sound going at each other.
Yep.
And I think that's what you'll see. See, I think that the other fight. Oh, what was the other fight, man?
But I see that Beterbiev. He built different. Bivol, I think he more skilled though.
More skilled than Beterbiev?
Yeah,
that slightly more skilled. He's slightly more skilled.
Not much.
But they said it was light years ahead of Beterbiev.
Attributes more than anything. Like I think Bivol overall, he got overall boxing. He's way more skilled than Beterbiev.
Yeah, that's right. Technique said, but Spencer at 54 will be a better fight. It'll be a different fight. I agree with that. Technique.
If Bud is, if Spence is correct, right? Oh yeah, much better fight.
Yeah.
Much better fight. You know, and people can say them 7 pounds don't make a difference, but we talk about 7 pounds of muscle.
It does.
You got to get off because muscle way heavier than fat. Them dudes not in fat. They not fat. Like they be in shape. So he's taking off fluid and muscle.
And sometimes getting them last 7 pounds off might do the damage. If he willing to go to 54, you know.
Yeah,
I got Tank beating Spence without Spence even landing one punch.
No, man.
Serious. I'm not trolling.
I don't know.
Nothing. I got Tank beating Spence like Floyd beat some of these cats in his prime.
Well, I'll tell you like this. There was like this comparison between Jordan and Kobe, right?
Kobe.
And the true difference between Jordan and Kobe, besides athleticism, because Jordan was a little bit more athletic than Kobe, was the fact that Jordan would have you at his mercy. And Kobe felt like no matter what you could do, I'm going to bust your tail. Those two that slight difference in mindsets made Jordan's game a little bit more easier, coupled with the fact that he had better players surrounding him. He had shooters, defenders. Yeah. Jordan shooters, defenders, and rebounders. Yeah. Kobe really only had Shaq.
That's heavy.
People will say Fisher, but Fisher was a glorified backup.
Yeah, bench, everything Jordan had. Kobe never even really didn't have a bench, man.
No, he didn't. And he didn't never have shooters around him. And if you got shooters around somebody that you got to worry about, oh man, that means it makes it so much easier. You can kick it out when they come to you and you got a bucket. There is no Paxsons. There is no Curves.
None.
There is no
never had nobody like
BJ or Armstrongs. There is no Craig Hodges. There's nobody that you know
in the paint.
Well, I'll say for that.
Oh, they had Shaq.
We had Shaq,
but I mean,
and we had Paul Gasol. So Paul Gasol equals Cartwright easily, better than Cartwright. But they had 3 of them though. They had 3 solid people. They had Winnington, Purdue.
Yeah.
So they had and Winnington could hit a jump shot. You left him open. He hit a shot, jump shot. Purdue get boards and put it back up. Cartwright could hit a jump shot, could post up.
Chicago
so you know.
Deep. They was deep.
They had Pippen. They had Pippen.
Center, you know, yeah.
They had cool coach.
Championship with their father though, like on the same. They both was playing though, like not the coach and the son, but like 2 players. Has that ever happened in history?
I don't think so. LeBron and Bronny gonna try to do it. I don't think they're gonna do it though.
Nah, they not gonna do it, man. The Lakers, they my team, but they are laughing.
Might not make the playoffs.
They are laughing stock of like professional organizations right now, man. And the fact that they actually drafted Bronny was just a gimmick to keep that star happy.
After LeBron said, "I want to play with my son," then they gonna go out and get him. Come on, man, that's crazy.
Yeah, he made sure that he got his son drafted. Yeah. I mean, his son would have been having to play a couple of more years in college if it wasn't for that statement.
I know.
Because he didn't do anything in college, and he went to USC and didn't start and only averaged 4 points a game, and he's drafted in the league.
Yeah, they're not trying to sell tickets by winning. They trying to use that to sell tickets, you know.
Instead of winning. They gonna sell tickets because it is like who don't want to go see LeBron play, you know, and then it's a father-son duel and stuff like that. But I've seen it before, man. Ken Griffey Jr. played with his dad, Barry Bonds, I think for a little bit. No, I don't think he played for his dad. Yeah, I know the Griffeys did, and both of them were still good at the time too. So you know, I've seen that before. But going back to boxing though, I only said that because like. That difference in mindset makes it easier for Floyd to not get hit because he don't care. He don't want you hitting him. Tank, like, you can hit me and I can hit you harder. So, like, I'll let you think that you're comfortable hitting me and then I'm going to bang you. And then the next thing you know, you ain't going to know what's going on.
Well, Ed say they home attack
is his own, though. Like,
the Griffeys.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Tank make every fight look like David versus Goliath, though. But he got a whole different style. He just got that in his bag. Like because Floyd came before him and then he earned that TBE. He earned that title. Like a lot of people don't agree with that, but he earned it to me. Like, and a lot of people in my generation agree with that. But like so a lot of people coming up after him got that in their bag. Like, but he a whole different fighter. He be sleeping them. So I'm just saying, I think versus somebody bigger like Earl, then he'll pull that out his bag, and he'll probably never even get hit one time.
It's tough, man. You get hit in boxing, but hey, I'm not gonna doubt Tank. I'm damn sure not gonna doubt Earl. I just got to see Earl back, and I think that Earl coming back will show us a lot about where he is, because nobody's talking about him going to visit a neurologist and checking to make sure everything is still clicking the way that it's supposed to click.
True.
You know, because if it's that, then there's nothing that can be done. No matter how great a shape he is in, there's nothing that's going to ever equate to the fact that he's now moving slower. His synapses is not firing like they normally would be or should be.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that I worry about Bud, because like what I saw in that ring,
robot,
I mean,
for a while now, since after the Sean Porter fight, I think. Like he even fought that fight like a robot, like just robotic, like. And I seen him show
it. It's a good fight though.
He been in the Olympic. It was all good fight.
Yeah, Porter is a good fighter, but he fought Earl. Yeah,
not good.
He almost won that one. Wasn't that like a split decision with Porter? Yeah.
No, he won. He dropped him at the
Earl
end.
won it. Yeah, that's what did it when he dropped.
You're right.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
Well, but I mean, but Kaz, to be fair, if his pops don't stop it, I mean, he's up in the fight with Bud as well too, and he ain't, according to his father. See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
we see more fights with Bud where it ain't like extra like terrestrial. What we saw against Bud, it just looked like he was otherworldly.
Yeah, that was what I'm saying. Porter too.
I mean, like I say, a lot of that has to be that he was on point that night. But a lot of that was Spence was not on point that night. And you can see the two coming together, and that's what we saw. It looked ugly in the ring.
Is he still
Bud dominate against the fighter who was like robotic though. Like Bud, that's a style cater for him. But I ain't think
Madrimov was
Earl,
robotic.
I actually know about like Earl like that. I was told about it, so I'm like, all right, I believe that. Like I thought he was bigger, like way bigger than Bud. That's why I kept hearing. Like he just
Bud is strong though. You know, that wrestling background.
But I think Bud been ducking Tank, and then if we seen Bud fight, they got common opponents like Gamboa. We seen Gamboa. Did he drop Bud or I don't remember?
Yeah, but that was a different Gamboa too. All fairness to Bud, he fought Gamboa, and Gamboa was still in his prime.
Gamboa, he might as well have had his hands down.
Gamboa was favored in that fight against Bud, wasn't it, T-Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fought him in his prime when he was the.
They always say it was a different Gamboa, but Bud was more of a weight bully though, and it wasn't really a big difference. Cause Tank just stood there and fought him. He ain't even really care about defense, none of that. And then when he wanted to knock him out, he knocked him out when he wanted to. Like Bud was a close fight. Like they was going back and forth. Like I don't even look at that.
Is Earl still fighting Fundora though? Is that still on? Earl and Fundora.
I think so. I believe so.
Yeah.
I believe so. I think Earl wants that shot at the belt, and on top of that, he don't want to take nothing in between that's considered a light touch.
He still don't believe
so he's fighting hard for it. They're fighting hard to get it because they're within the same camp. Hey, it's going to be a good telltale sign to see if Bud should continue on or if he shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think he's going to beat Fundora.
You think so?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
I think if Spencer's right, he beats Fundora, easily. If he's right. If he's not even right, I think he still can probably get him in some tough waters, some murky waters and pull it out.
A lot of people looking at the Bud fight and just saying Earl is finished. That don't necessarily have to be true though. They're looking at that
because of the way it looked, bro. Like I said, in all his career, he never looked that bad. And in all Bud's career, he never looked that great.
But Earl can go back to how he used to look too now. You know, he still might have something left.
That's a strong possibility, and that's why that would be a good fight to measure where he's at. Mm-hmm. Like I say, so therefore, I don't ever speak ill of any fighter, but I just know that two things that I took out of that. Like, there's no way when you catch a punch, you extend your glove fully open. I tried to extend many gloves open before. I can't do that.
I wasn't even paying attention. There's Ant.
Big Ant up in here.
I literally just clicked the link. I just clicked it.
Okay. What's happening, Ant?
Chilling, man.
I hear you.
Chilling. I'm just gonna reserve.
That's delusional.
I ain't gonna say what he ain't gonna do.
You got kind of low, Ant.
Yeah, you got real low. Couldn't hear you.
Yeah, my phone had connected to my car.
Oh, loud and clear.
My phone had connected to my car. Yeah, I was saying, I'm just gonna
Tank
reserve
is
my
a way
judgment.
bigger fight for Bud Legacy than any other opponent, but like I don't even care for that fight. But like, and that's why I want to see it more than anything too. And I believe that Tank, he probably sleep him. I think he'll, and then he beat number 1 pound for pound fighter. Then ain't nothing nobody can really say.
Okay,
but that's all. That's the last thing I wanted to say about that.
Yeah, go ahead, Ant. What was you saying?
No, I was saying, I'm just gonna reserve my judgment. I'm gonna just wait and see.
Okay.
I'm gonna just wait and see. I don't think it was necessarily for myself personally. It wasn't the fight with Bud.
Okay.
That gave me reservations about Errol Spence. It's just everything, man. It's just everything. And like Thomas alluded to the neurological stuff, that's something that may not show up right away.
Right.
We don't know how ill-affected somebody is from head trauma until like years down the line sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
Look at all these football players. Case in point, a guy like Warren Sapp.
Right.
He was still playing. We weren't saying like, hey, this guy needs to do X, Y, Z. But now that he's retired, he's talking about how he's dealt with CTE. One of my favorite fighters, James Toney, actually is my favorite fighter, all-time favorite fighter, James Toney.
Right.
He was having issues with his pituitary gland, and that messed up his testosterone and all that stuff. And that's also part of the reason why he speaks the way that he does.
Yeah.
But we were looking at him in the ring when he was fighting against guys on the back half of his career, like Holyfield and Samuel Peters, and he still looked visibly competent, but still, it wasn't to the extent of what it was prior, and it wasn't just a matter of age, but just the accumulation of damage. And Errol Spence, as he's admitted, he wasn't necessarily living the boxer's lifestyle.
Anyway, right.
Yeah. Enjoying himself in between fights.
Yeah.
But I would say more than any sport, this is the one that's the most physically testing.
Yes, it is.
Just because of the consequence,
Yeah.
You're talking about the volatility. Like you get punched, your resistance has to be strong. It's like, yeah, you got to be fit to play basketball, but more often than not, that's not going to be the determining factor in whether or not you just make it through a game. But in boxing, that is the determining factor in a lot of cases of whether or not you're going to make it through a fight. And you could be healthy and still, it only takes one shot to turn things into a nightmare scenario. We just seen it with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu, after the fight, said that he felt amazing. Like he felt like he did everything right. He had good preparation, and still. So I could only imagine what it would be like to, just be enjoying yourself like everybody else, but everybody else, they don't have to get punched on.
That's right. You don't have to take
we
them
work
punches
regular
to the head.
jobs where cops and lawyers, delivery people, so on and so forth.
That is a good point. Yeah.
We just got to be in reasonable health. These guys got to be in tip-top shape to be able to fight.
That's right.
especially if you're at the championship level. Things go 12 rounds. You got to be able to fight for 36 minutes. Move, punch, defend yourself, and so on. So that was the thing for me when I was looking at Errol Spence and I had my reservations. It wasn't the Terrence Crawford fight.
Okay.
It was everything.
Everything.
Right. In its totality. Because anybody can lose a fight and then come back. We've seen guys get knocked out. You know, Lennox Lewis gets knocked out by Rockman. He comes back. He knocks Rockman out. You know what I mean?
Come back and win
titles. It happens. Floyd Patterson gets knocked out in the 50s against Ingemar Johansson from Sweden. He comes back. He knocks him out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these things happen. Sometimes it's just a matter of just tweaking the game plan and having a better understanding of what you're dealing with and being able to execute. Right? But
that's right.
With Errol, the tea leaves were there, man. They were there.
Yeah.
Like, he started having issues with his balance, and these are the things that you really, really gotta pay attention to. But it's easy to gloss over those things in the 2 victories. But the signs were there. I mean, he had a similar moment in the Danny Garcia fight to the one that he had most famously with Ugas when he was walking around the ring looking for his teeth.
Yeah.
Like, his gum shell got knocked out. He had a moment like that in the Danny Garcia fight too.
Okay. What is that?
Watch it and really pay attention to his balance. It was looking a little shaky in there. It got a tad bit dodgy. But Errol Spence, what he said in the interview is, you know, even if he's not at 100%, he's still good enough to beat a lot of these guys out here. Which may be the case. But, you know, clearly, as we've seen with Terrence Crawford, you can't afford to be anything less than your best against that guy.
Yeah. He said a lot of them, but it wasn't the case with Bud.
It wasn't the case with him. There are exceptions to rules.
That's right.
There are exceptions to rules.
What y'all think about the fights, Regis and Jack Catterall? Any thoughts on that one this weekend?
As far as that, for me, it's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. Like, I'm just hoping that Regis, he finds a way to have somewhat of a resurgence. And even if he hasn't been able to recover some of the explosiveness that he's shown in previous fights, like against Josh Taylor, Juan Velasco, and guys like that, Juan Roldan, like he had some fights where, like, his feet didn't look as slow as they did against Zarria. And that's the other thing, too. It wasn't just... And Devin Haney, I give Devin Haney credit for doing what he did with the Regis Prograis that showed up in the ring that night. But plenty of people were already saying, like, damn, look, Regis looked cooked as hell in his previous fight against Daniel Zarria. Couldn't cut the damn ring off. He looked like he had cement shoes on. So my thing is, hopefully, with this camp, he had a better weight cut than he's had in the past 2 or 3 camps. He's able to focus mentally. I heard him talking about that too, where he was saying that he got so caught up in going back and forth with Bill Haney that mentally he just wasn't all the way dialed in.
Oh man, yeah, they were going at it. He was after Haney's and after the last weigh-in that Friday, remember? So that could have had a lot to do with it. What does that
Hopefully
sound?
He got his mind right, and he's not getting too wrapped up in all of the extracurricular things surrounding the fight, but focusing on the fight. Even if he hasn't recovered his athleticism or his fleet-footedness that he once had, hopefully he can make the necessary adjustment. You know, we've seen fighters do it over time.
Oh yeah.
Most of them were special fighters, but that's the thing that made them special. When things started to slow down a little bit, they still found a way. That's how you got George Foreman able to compete for titles, you know, in his 40s. That's how you had this dude, the executioner, Bernard Hopkins, Archie Moore. A lot of these guys, is like when they slowed down just a little bit, they were able to make adjustments. They get a little bit craftier. They get a little bit sharper.
Yep. Archie Moore too. Yep. That's a good example.
The old mongoose.
Yeah.
But we don't know with Regis, though. We don't know with Regis. Because one thing I do know about Catterall, I know that Catterall is pretty sharp on the outside and mid-range. Got a lovely one, too. He moves well. And he's got some momentum because he's probably feeling vindicated by getting
Right.
the nod in the rematch over Josh Taylor.
Yeah.
That fight that he had with Linares, it was a little, but I'm looking at Regis and I'm like, I'm wondering what he's gonna do.
That's
if
what
he
I'm
had a good
saying,
camp, if he's dialed in, if he's focused, and even if he has lost a little bit something in terms of athleticism, has he gained something in understanding?
Yeah,
that will aid him in this fight. And if you're Catterall, do the same thing you did in the damn Josh Taylor rematch. Just keep moving, jabbing, sticking, moving. That's it.
Yeah, he looked very good, and I like the way Jack looked in that fight, man. So this can be interesting. I can't wait.
Yes, sir.
It's a good test for Regis.
Good test for both.
Yep. For both, really. That's true. Yeah, I'm looking for a good fight. Where's it's in London, right? I think somewhere over there. Where's Jack Catterall from? I know he's not from the UK, but he's from Ireland or Wales or somewhere. I can't remember where he was from. I know it's over that way somewhere. Jack. I can't remember for sure. But it should be good.
Yeah, I can't recall where it is, but it should be good. I think it should be good.
Yeah. Okay, but what else y'all got? We gotta get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, it's time for Just Do.
Time for the voice. Yeah. Yep.
Jack is from the UK.
UK, is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I was kind of wondering. Because I know when he got the first fight against Josh Taylor, I thought he had won that one, but I don't know. He got the second one.
Yeah, I thought he definitely won that first one.
He got number 2, so like Ann said.
But I'm going to be honest with you. I thought that Regis Prograis also beat Josh Taylor.
Yeah, a lot of people say
I thought that Prograis just allowed him to have a better look with those last couple of rounds. How he allowed Josh to close those fights instead of just boxing.
It's kind of like the same thing with Jack in the first fight. You know, Josh finished off good and got the nod. But yeah, this is going. What you think, real quick, T Hill, about Regis and Catterall this weekend?
Well, I think that we get to see truly if Prograis was, impacted a little bit by that loss, that he went to the drawing board and worked on some things, and got himself together where, he's not a fighter that trails people, that he puts together a game plan and that he actually uses a jab more prolific in a fight now because he got so beat by a jab.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see if he is responsive to adversity, because in that fight with Devin, he was in adverse situations and it didn't look like he made not one adjustment.
No, I agree with that. Yeah, that's a good point there. Yeah, we will
wonder who. I don't know who was in his corner, who will be in his corner for this fight, but I remember the guy that was in his corner was talking about the breakdowns he had for various fighters, and it sounded like a good breakdown. It sounded like he was giving them good. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
Sound like he was giving them sound advisement in the corner as well too. It's like it just looked like Regis was not there. Like he couldn't believe what was going on in the ring, and it just had him. Sometimes you get to the point where you're in a tizzy because what is unexpected happens and you're not prepared for it. So hopefully, that was just a bunch of that, and that they actually worked on a game plan that will be suited for what Catterall will be bringing to the ring.
Yes, they'd probably be the same people in the corner, right? I don't see no reason why for them to change anybody in the corner.
I don't either, but you know how fighters are. But
yeah, that's true too.
And
they lose
in the event,
I think
they really do. In an event of this, I believe that it is a much bigger fight for Prograis than it is Catterall, but it is a good fight for both of them to see where they truly stand and where they truly are.
Yeah,
I would. It should be. It should be full of action. Hopefully, it is.
And Catterall, after the Josh win and then get Regis, win over Regis, that'd be big for his career, man. For Jack. Yeah. If he could get this one.
So we'll get to see exactly if Regis is on the rebound, and he's still somebody that's you got to deal with in the ring, or if like his best days are behind him, and you know, it makes time to contemplate because like Devin is a fantastic boxer, but by no stretch of the means did he do anything that was like outrageous in that fight where he could not adjust. There are adjustments that could have been made, and there was no adjustments to be made for Regis. He just continued with the same thing. It was kind of almost sad to see that, like, he continued doing things that were just getting him hit.
Wasn't it the first time being dropped too, wasn't it? When he went down?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, he got dropped in the fight prior against the Rio.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He did get dropped in that fight. Yeah. But did they rule that a knockdown or no?
No, they did.
Oh, that's what they did. That's right, they did.
So back-to-back fights.
So yeah, it was a bad look for him in back-to-back fights, but he was able to pull that one off.
Right.
Devin, I know he didn't win a round in that Devin fight at all. At all. So, and that was a streak where dang near Devin went and in three or four fights he won damn near every round. I mean,
not his last one though.
Not his last one, and not the one against Loma. But in three of those four fights with the two with Kambosos, the one with Loma, and then that one with Prograis, man. In three of those fights, he damn near won every single fight, every single round.
That's true. I didn't think about that, but that's true.
Man, that's saying something.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I can't wait to see the fight. It is 108. I don't want to go any further. It was a pleasure listening to my man Ant McQueen of Casual Corner fame break down his thoughts. Cash Sports giving us the history in women's boxing.
Yeah.
Another fire segment, another fire show, another fire panel. Shout out to my man Ja for coming up here and saying he want to see that Tank versus Bud. Man, nice to get that.
Yeah. Y'all want Tank versus Bud or Earl. But hey, never know, man. It's boxing. Never know what's going to happen. You know?
I think that's in the cards, though.
Okay, y'all. But I appreciate y'all.
All right.
Thomas Hill and Ant McQueen. Always appreciate y'all, brothers. Coming up to help shut things down. We're going to get on over to Just Do Boxing now. The Voice. Probably already in progress, okay? We'll be back tomorrow. Got to do my rundown, though. Jerrell Hattie, Ant McQueen, D Free, VVO Boxing TV, Bruce Gass, Ace, Joe, Melanin Queen, Thomas Hill, Mike Rim, Big Dre, Just Do Al Booger, Ken Saw Love One, Technique, Jerrell Hattie, Terry Akers, my favorite sister-in-law, Terry, Mike Mazik, and Miss Cass. And much appreciation to Ja, Thomas Hill, and Ant McQueen for coming up on the panel, helping the show out at the end. Always appreciate that. And tomorrow is going to be about boxing stances, and then we're going to talk about some southpaws. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow because, you know, if it's Monday through Friday at 2 p.m., it's the Boxtorian bringing you all that boxing history. Just Do Boxing probably already in progress. This is Cash Sports. Appreciate y'all. Have a good day.